Good evening and welcome on board the Election Express. The Election Express is broadcasting tonight live from the sets of Veera, and joining us at the start of this program, the stars of this serial. We've got Divangana Suryavanshi and Vishal Vashish. Thank you very much, the both of you, for joining us. Through the last 12 days, we've been attempting to give you a slice of life. Take you to different parts of the country and get you a sense of what the mood on the ground is amongst a whole cross-section of people. So I want to begin by chatting with Divangana about how closely, in the midst of this madness where you're shooting a Baisakhi scene, I'm told, how closely are you being able to track the election?
This is totally an amazing feeling because elections बहुत ही ज़्यादा important होते हैं. You know, हम कपड़े चुनने में इतना ज़्यादा दिमाग लगाते हैं, ये नहीं वो नहीं ये नहीं वो नहीं. आप 5 साल के लिए अपनी गवर्नमेंट चुन रहे हैं. आप सबसे पहले तो लोगों को जाकर वोट करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. आप उसे छुट्टी मानते हैं कई बार. आप सोचते हैं पूरा दिन चिल कर सकते हैं बिकॉज आपको गवर्नमेंट ने एक मुफ्त की छुट्टी दी हुई है. तीसरा, आप सोच रहे हो कि एक वोट से थोड़ी ना गवर्नमेंट बन जानी है. सो मैं कहना चाहती हूँ, प्लीज़ ऐसा मत सोचिए बिकॉज गवर्नमेंट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. बिकॉज आप किसी को चुन रहे हो आपको रूल करने के लिए. सो इट्स नॉट अ जोक. मैं चाहती हूँ कि अगर आपको लगता है कोई भी कैंडिडेट पोटेंशियल नहीं है कि वो गवर्नमेंट प्रॉपरली बना पाए या वो आपको रूल कर पाए, सो नो वोट कीजिए, पर वोट जरूर कीजिए. सो दैट्स ऑल आई वांट टू से.
वोट जरूर कीजिए. विशाल, आप कभी वोट डाल के जाते हैं? क्योंकि यूजुअली हम बॉलीवुड में देखते हैं कि लोगों का इंटरेस्ट नहीं होता है. मुंबई में किसी का इंटरेस्ट नहीं, सब छुट्टी पकड़ के छुट्टी मनाने वीकेंड चले जाते हैं.
No, this will be the first time when I'll be voting, but I'm not sure. I'll be voting from next year maybe because I'm not eligible to vote right now.
You're eligible to act but not eligible to vote.
Still haven't got my voter ID card. So
that's what you're trying to change, Divangana. ये देखिए, आप ही का स्टार का आप चेंज नहीं कर पाए.
मैं चेंज करने वाली हूँ बिकॉज मुंबई में वोटिंग अभी 24 अप्रैल को है. सो आई थिंक उसके पहले we'll get all set.
Exactly. And I totally agree with what Divangana has said, and this time the elections, even I was taking a lot of interest. जबकि मैं पहले इलेक्शंस में कभी भी इतना इंटरेस्ट नहीं लेता था, क्योंकि उस समय मैं भी एक वही दोज कैजुअल यंगस्टर्स में आई थिंक काउंट करता था अपने आप को कि मैं इधर उधर घूम रहा एंजॉय कर रहा हूँ. मुझे पता नहीं 5 साल तक मुझे कोई रूल कर रहा है, and I didn't have any idea कि what was he doing, what should be done.
Okay, we want to go into your sets and see what you've been up to through the evening. But as we walk into the sets here in Powai, I want to give you a sense of what happened at the sets of Singham. We went to the shoot this morning at the Mud Island sets. We caught up with Ajay Devgan, Rohit Shetty. Let's see who Bollywood thinks is the real Singham of the battle for your vote 2014. Here's the report. Over the last 2 weeks, the Election Express has been travelling to different parts of the country. In Mumbai, let's try and get a sense of what people on the sets of Singham feel about the battle for your vote 2014. Ajay Devgan joins us. Thank you so much, sir. It's great to have you with us. There's also Rohit Shetty. It's hot, it's humid, and I want to know what you think of the elections that are being fought outside. Hot and dusty there as well.
Yeah, I think this time everybody is trying to campaign in a very big way. And I think people have started coming out, and like we've been seeing that, the percentage is more. So that is very good that people are aware and people want to change, whatever kind of change, whichever government comes, but they know what they want.
Do you think that Bollywood in India, unlike Hollywood, is very apolitical, doesn't take sides? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Because in the West we see stars take sides, passionately campaign for candidates. That usually doesn't happen so much in India.
Because we are a democratic country, but politicians aren't. So if we openly come out and say whom we are going to vote, the next day there will be raids in our house, in our office, and too many things will happen with us.
There are too many religions, too many groups, too many issues here. I mean, if it doesn't happen if you compare yourself to the West, there it doesn't happen that you've shown something in the film and some state has ban your film and things like this. So then we have to clean all that first. So
do you think a political comment by a film star impacts the fortunes of his film?
I'm not talking about impacts. I personally believe that a film actor or whoever, a celebrity, they can influence people. So I personally feel that I have no right to influence people who to vote for.
But you could, if you feel strongly about a candidate, that
unless I am very sure or I am ready to take the blame after 5 years, that sorry guys, I made a mistake.
So as of now, there's no one candidate you're...
I think there's a lot of awareness. The youth is the literacy rate has gone up and things like this. So I think they know what they're doing and what they want. So I think we should not influence them.
You know, we're also seeing an attempt being made by politicians to make their rallies larger than life, like the sets of a film shoot. You've got jibs, you've got high definition cameras. Do you think that's impacting the way the message is being consumed?
I think it's all about presentation now, that how they are selling themselves, you know. Where cricket is concerned or film is concerned, or now even politics. Like it's like how when our film is about to release, so we come out and promote our film, and we have different ideas to promote a film. So it's the same way they are following us.
So Bollywood is relying a lot on marketing. So whose marketing is better, Bollywood or politicians?
I think politicians. They have a
now we don't have that kind of budget. The kind of budgets are there for the politicians to promote. We can't even think of that.
Do you think it's possible for, this is Singham, right? So is it possible for a Singham who takes on the system from within the system to change the system, or does that happen only in the films?
No, I think forget a Singham, forget a person who's working for the government or in any department. Every person can try and make a change, and if every person tries to change himself and people around him, the whole country will change. So I don't think we should run away from our responsibilities. So you don't need to be a Singham to make a change also. A Singham can definitely make a change, but you just need to be an ordinary.
No, but right now it is being assumed that Narendra Modi has superpowers like the Singham does. One guy taking on the entire system. Do you think it's been built to a pitch where it's very difficult to live up to those expectations?
Who's building it?
The people.
I don't know. Maybe also the media. So one person cannot change everything. I think one person can show a direction, whoever that person is. But I think we have our own responsibilities to get that change.
What do you think? What do you think of this battle that's being played out among Rahul, Modi and Kejriwal?
See, it's been happening, it always happens the same way. It's just that, as you said, that the budgets are good this time and they have a new way of presenting themselves and promoting themselves, and the whole way of campaigning, they are getting educated. Even they have a team of IT guys with them now, so it's a new way of promoting themselves more than anything else, say that what agendas it should be, and still we are fighting about the 84 rights and 2000 rights, which is I think it's quite stupid. It's just the selling point. What are we going to talk about this particular party or that particular party? So it's just that even they are getting educated and upgraded in their promotion.
So what can Bollywood learn from politics, and what can politics learn from Bollywood?
I wouldn't call it Bollywood, but yeah, we do learn a lot from politics, and a lot of our scripts are inspired from the good and the bad they do. So that is what we learn from them, and now I think we'll start learning how to market ourselves also.
Bollywood needs to learn from politicians how to market themselves?
Don't you think so?
Or are they copying you and seeing how you go on an overdrive?
What do you feel, honestly? Tell me.
Who goes on a bigger overdrive? One of my big things is that Bollywood is now on a complete publicity overdrive when a film's coming out. Who's on a bigger overdrive, Bollywood or politicians?
Politicians, any day.
You also think that?
You see the kind of budgets. I mean, you keep surfing channels. It's just about elections, and it's good enough. I mean, because the media is trying to create that kind of awareness, who's speaking what and saying what, and has been saying what and has done what. So that's creating a lot of awareness amongst people, youth, everybody. So that's what they're getting out.
Well, hopefully they're not spending this money in the hope that they'll recover it from us later. Paisa vasool from all the taxpayers.
But isn't that obvious?
You think that's obvious?
We're working for that. We're sweating for that.
Yeah, everyone's sweating, and I must allow you to get back to your shoots. Thank you to both of you for joining us on the Election Express. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Scene 18, shot 5, take 1. We've spoken to the stars. Let's find out what those behind the cameras feel about the battle for your vote 2014. Thank you very much for allowing us to speak to you. I want to understand, how closely do you, given the fact that you're out in the sun the whole day filming on your own, how closely are you getting to see the big battle for the election?
Well, every evening we watch you on television, that's one thing for sure. And not really, but we keep a track of what is happening.
Do we have a sense of who's Bollywood's favorite action hero or who's Bollywood's favorite politician?
Modi, for sure, because he's using a lot of Bollywood techniques for promoting his party. A lot of Jimmy Jibs and all that. I think it's our money that he's using to convince us to vote him. So, yeah.
And has he been able to convince you?
Not yet.
Not. What is it that you'd like to see him do for you to be convinced that you'd like to vote for him?
I would like him to come more with us, like be there and do that what we are doing right now, and not use much of our money, and hope the monies come to us, and then we'll think about
what you've spoken of Modi. What do you think of Rahul?
Rahul, I don't know, but I believe that Modi and Rahul both stand together. I don't support both of them, so don't ask me whom I support. Okay. So yeah.
No, but the lady mentions how Bollywood technology and techniques are being used, and that's the one big difference in this election. Big sets, jibs, high definition cameras. Do you think that helps politicians communicate more effectively?
Well, I'll add to it. There's also the 3D thing that he had all around the country.
Holograms.
Yes, I was very impressed with that, with the holograms, because that is the future. But having said that, I don't think so that the technology will help him get votes. Votes is something totally different. Not even Bollywood will vote for him if he is so technologically savvy.
But people of the country want a change, and we believe that Modi might bring that change which we all are expecting.
Why do you feel that way?
I mean, see, there is no, personally, I feel there is no other politician at that stature what Modi holds. So, I mean, Rahul is there, but you know where the remote control is. And we thought
आपके हिसाब से कहाँ है रिमोट कंट्रोल?
आपने जो बोला, आपने जो आप बोला, तो we thought Arvind Kejriwal might bring a change, but when we know what happened in the Delhi fiasco, so we really feel that Modi should win.
Are you also disappointed by Kejriwal?
We were very disappointed. I was following him pretty closely, and I thought that, okay, here's the man, here's the savior for all our problems. But unfortunately, he, messed it up big time.
Sir, आप एक्शन डायरेक्टर है, मुझे बताया गया सिंघम तो पूरी फिल्म ही एक्शन पे है, बड़ी बड़ी आपने गोल्ड की चेन्स पहनी हुई है. आपके हिसाब से बॉलीवुड कौन सा बेस्ट पॉलिटिशियन है जो कि एक्शन हीरो आपको लगता है?
मोदी.
आपको भी मोदी? क्या ये तो पूरा बॉलीवुड ही मोदी मोदी कर रहा है?
मोदी
रियल सिंघम है.
रियल सिंघम.
ही इज अ रियल सिंघम.
आपकी बात मोदी सरकार.
साहब, आप बताइए, आप इस इलेक्शंस को कैसे परसीव कर रहे हैं? आपके हिसाब से कौन है वो इंस्पेक्टर जो देश की हालत और लॉ एंड ऑर्डर बेटर कर सकता है?
वैसे जो मैं लोगों का जो पल्स है, हमारे नेशन का जो पल्स है, वो तो एक ही तरफ झुकता हुआ नजर आ रहा है.
किस तरफ आपको झुकता हुआ नजर आ रहा है?
मोदी साहब के अलावा कोई मतलब है नहीं पिक्चर में दूर दूर तक.
क्यों आपको पिक्चर में और कोई नजर नहीं आता? राहुल भी है पिक्चर में, केजरीवाल भी है पिक्चर में.
नहीं, अभी फिलहाल जो पल्स है पूरे देश का वो एक ही तरफ झुक रहा है. कहीं है पिक्चर में तो बहुत लोग हैं, बट मैं पिछले 5-6 साल से आई थिंक मैं बहुत बड़ा फैन रहा हूँ मोदी साहब का, और मुझे लगता है कि इस बार पूर्ण बहुमत से 275 क्रॉस करेंगे इस बार. आप क्यों फैन हैं नरेंद्र मोदी? सर, मैं काफ़ी सालों से गुजरात जाता हूँ, मतलब पिछले 20-25 साल से, एंड सिंस द लास्ट 10 इयर्स ऑल्सो 10 इयर्स मैं वहाँ पे काफ़ी बार गया. जो चेंजेस हमने देखे और जो हमने पिछली बार शूटिंग भी किया वहाँ पे, तो शूटिंग के दौरान मतलब जो कोऑपरेशन फॉर शूटिंग के यूनिट को भी मिला, आई थिंक दैट्स कमेंडेबल.
ये बाकी जगहों पे भी आप शूट करते हैं, उससे कैसे कंपेयर करते हैं? और जो आप बोल रहे हैं आपने चेंजेस देखे, आपने खुद क्या चेंज देखे?
जो पेपर वर्क होता है शूटिंग के लिए, जो परमिशंस होते हैं वहाँ पे, अभी फिलहाल हम लोग जब गए थे तो हर लोकेशन शूटिंग के लिए बहुत इजीली अवेलेबल हुआ, और वहाँ पे एक बार शूटिंग का परमिशन ग्रांट हुआ, उसके बाद कहीं से भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता, विच इज क्वाइट एडवर्स इन रेस्ट ऑफ द स्टेट्स, एंड स्पेशली हमारे यहाँ पे बहुत वो दिक्कत होती है.
बाकी जगहों पे क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं जो आपको गुजरात में नहीं थी?
परमिशन मिलने के बाद भी बहुत दिक्कतें होती हैं, अलग अलग जो पावर्स के लोग हैं वो आके आपको डिस्टर्ब करते हैं, शूटिंग रोकते हैं. लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स दैट हैपन.
गुजरात में नहीं होता है?
गुजरात में वो बिल्कुल नहीं हुआ.
नहीं, तो कुछ लोग मानते हैं कि नरेंद्र मोदी सबसे बड़ा हीरो है, कुछ लोग कहते हैं सबसे बड़ा विलन है.
हर किसी का अपना चॉइस होता है. एवरीबडी हैज देयर ओन ओपिनियन. दिस इज माय ओपिनियन.
चलिए, आपने हमसे बात की, इसके लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक यू. We've spoken to the stars, we've spoken to those behind the cameras. Let's now find out what the Aam Aadmi of Bollywood, the supporting crew, the extras, the ones you see milling in the crowd, what do they have to say about the battle for your vote 2014? अच्छा, सबसे पहले मुझे बताएं कि आप लोग यहाँ फिल्म की शूटिंग के लिए बैठे इंतजार कर रहे हैं. आप लोग इलेक्शंस को फॉलो कर रहे हैं, नहीं कर रहे हैं? अच्छा, आप में से कितने लोग राहुल गांधी के पक्ष में? अरे वाह, राहुल का काफी स्ट्रांग बॉलीवुड में सपोर्ट है. अच्छा, आप में से कितने लोग नरेंद्र मोदी को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं? अच्छा, एक एक करके करते हैं। राहुल गांधी के लिए हाथ जिसने ऊपर किया वो बताएं कि आप राहुल गांधी को क्यों सपोर्ट करते हैं?
क्योंकि राहुल गांधी एक अच्छे इंसान हैं और शुरू से करते चले आए हैं, लेकिन उनकी कोई मतलब जो समझ नहीं पाए उनके लिए तो कोई इलाज नहीं है। अभी उनको मौका मिलना चाहिए।
समझ नहीं पाए कि समझा नहीं पाए?
मतलब उन्होंने तो बहुत कुछ समझाया, लेकिन अभी उनके एज के हिसाब से अभी उनका आया है समय, उनको मौका मिलना चाहिए।
अच्छा, आप क्यों सपोर्ट करती हैं राहुल गांधी को?
क्योंकि राहुल गांधी में वो जो क्वालिटी होनी चाहिए वो सब है। आज इतने सालों से राहुल यहाँ रुके हुए हैं तो उनमें कुछ है जो 9 साल से कांग्रेस राज कर रही है। ये लोग पागल बना रहे हैं, इनको कुछ मालूम नहीं। मोदी अगर ऐसा होता था तो 9 साल से कांग्रेस राज नहीं करती थी।
नहीं, पर राहुल गांधी का क्या लेना? वो तो सोनिया गांधी और मनमोहन सिंह चला रहे थे। राहुल गांधी तो अब
सर जब अगर एक्सक्यूज मी, जब शासन को राज करने का हक होता है तो वो राहुल ही चलाएंगे। अभी उनको मौका मिला है तो वो 100% चलाएंगे।
अच्छा, आप लोगों को क्यों आप अपोज कर रहे हैं राहुल गांधी?
अभी कितनी महंगाई बढ़ा के रखी है, क्या किया उन्होंने अभी तक? कम से कम कांग्रेस थी तो सब कुछ कम तो था। अभी कितना भाव बढ़ गया, आलू का भाव बढ़ गया, कांदे का भाव, हर चीज का भाव बढ़ गया, पेट्रोल का भाव बढ़ गया, सिलेंडर का भाव बढ़ गया, तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे?
बताइए, आप लोग क्यों सपोर्ट नहीं कर रहे? आप मोदी को क्यों सपोर्ट?
मोदी को हम इसलिए सपोर्ट करें कि हम उनको एक नए प्रधानमंत्री चाहते हैं कि 9 साल के बाद अब ये जो मोदी आएगा वो क्या करेगा, कुछ अलग से हमको चाहिए। क्या आज हम गृहिणी है, आज कांग्रेस वाले ने इतना महंगा, मोदी को चांस मिलना चाहिए और मोदी एक अच्छा प्रधानमंत्री बनेगा। मोदी एक अच्छा प्रधान।
आपको कैसे मालूम कि मोदी, आपके हिसाब से क्यों मोदी अच्छा पीएम बनेगा?
है उनको काफी एक्सपीरियंस है उनको राहुल से अच्छा, और उन्होंने जो कांग्रेस इतने साल से चल रही है, बात सही है, लेकिन महंगाई भी तो इतनी है। जब वोटिंग आती है तभी सब चीजें सस्ती करते हैं, या ये चीज इंश्योरेंस, ये झुपड़पट्टी, उसमें कांग्रेस क्या करेगी? अरे महंगाई मोदी को बनने दो ना, नई सरकार देखने दो ना, एक चांस मोदी को आने दो ना, मोदी को देश का
एक एक करके
प्रधानमंत्री मनमोहन है, लेकिन वो बोलता नहीं, सोनिया गांधी बोलती है कि हर जो होता है वो सोनिया गांधी के ऊपर ही होता है। प्रधानमंत्री अपना देश का लायक है ही नहीं जो कुछ बोले। पाकिस्तान में सर कटा दिया और ले गए, जब भी इंसान कुछ बोला नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता है। आज अपना प्रधानमंत्री अपने सैनिकों की रक्षा करना चाहिए।
हाँ मैडम, आप बताइए आपको।
क्योंकि ये 10 साल से कांग्रेस राज कर रही है, भ्रष्टाचार बहुत बड़ा है, महंगाई भी इतनी बड़ी है, लेकिन अभी कुछ होने नहीं वाला। तो अभी मोदी आएगा तो सब कंट्रोल में हो जाएगा और अच्छा हो जाएगा और देश का शक्ल भी बदल जाएगा।
नहीं मैडम, मोदी कोई फिल्म का हीरो थोड़ी कि उसने सेट पे एंट्री मारी, चेंज।
अच्छा, अभी गुजरात में भी अच्छा किया उसने, काम अच्छा किया है गुजरात में, काम भी अच्छा किया है गुजरात में। देश की शक्ल बदल देगा।
मोदी ने गुजरात अच्छा किया है तो ऐसे धीरे धीरे उसके पास पावर रहेगा तो सब कुछ अच्छा करेगा वो।
आप लोग तो ऐसे बोल रहे हो जैसे कि नरेंद्र मोदी कोई फिल्म का हीरो है, सिंघम की तरह उसने एंट्री मारी और प्रॉब्लम।
सर, जो इंसान खुद को छुपा के बीवी को छुपा के रख रहा है वो दुनिया को क्या संभालेगा यार?
ये मैडम ने इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट रेज किया कि जो आदमी अपनी बीवी को छिपा रहा है।
ये पर्सनल लाइफ है, हर किसी के जीवन में होता है पर्सनल, लेकिन आदमी बाहर भी अच्छा रहता है। अंदर होते हैं झगड़े, लेकिन बाहर आदमी अच्छा। 2 दिन झुपड़पट्टी में राहुल गांधी 2 दिन झुपड़पट्टी में रह के ये साबित नहीं करते कि गरीबों के लिए, वो सिर्फ इलेक्शन आता है तभी ये करते, बाकी कुछ नहीं हुआ है गरीबों के लिए, कुछ भी नहीं हुआ है।
पीछे आना चाहता हूँ, समझना चाहता हूँ कि आप लोग किसको सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं और क्यों?
मोदी को सपोर्ट करना चाहूंगी क्योंकि मैंने गुजरात में बहुत से दिन बिताए। वहाँ पे जितनी फैसिलिटी जो वहाँ मिलती है शायद यहाँ हमारे मुंबई में नहीं मिलती है। ट्रेनों में देखिए, फर्स्ट क्लास देखिए, सेकंड क्लास है, वहाँ पे लोग ट्रैवलिंग कर रहे, गिर रहे, मर रहे, बट वहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। वहाँ पे पास होल्डर जो है वो स्पेशली पास होल्डर वहाँ पे सर्विस, जो भी सर्विस के वो जाते हैं वहाँ पे ट्रैवल हो पाती है, लेकिन ये हमारे यहाँ पे कोई ही कुछ भी नहीं है। भाव इतनी महंगा हो गया गुजरात में कंपेयर टू यहाँ पे।
पर गुजरात में भी प्रॉब्लम्स है मैडम, ऐसा नहीं है गुजरात में
नहीं, गुजरात में उससे इतना सुधारा है ना, पानी का सब भाजी पाला जो हम लोग लेते हैं। यहाँ पे देखे ना, कांदा 100 रुपए किलो हो गया था, सच्चे बोल रही हूँ। और वहाँ पे देखो कितना सस्ता है, बटाटा, आलू, जो कुछ भी है। यहाँ पे जितने प्रॉब्लम फेस करते हैं उससे प्रॉब्लम वहाँ पे कम फेस की जाती है ना। एट दिस स्टेज वी आर नॉट रिक्वायर्ड कि एक्सपेरिमेंट हो, वी नीड के जिसने प्रूव किया है वो देश चला है।
अच्छा, आप में से कोई अरविंद केजरीवाल को भी सपोर्ट कर रहा है? वो एकदम, एक सेकेंड, वो मैडम कह रही है कि वो अरविंद केजरीवाल को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। मैं उनसे समझना चाह रहा हूँ कि आप अरविंद केजरीवाल को क्यों सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं?
सर, अरविंद केजरीवाल ऐसे इंसान है जिन्होंने, अभी मोदी 60 महीने मांग रहे हैं,
कांग्रेस ने 10 साल ले लिए। अरविंद केजरीवाल ने 1 महीने में वो काम करके दिखाया जो आज तक किसी ने करके नहीं दिखाया।
क्या किया अरविंद ने? धरना दिया?
धरना, एटलीस्ट वो धरना देके कुछ तो करते हैं। धरने का इफेक्ट थोड़ा बहुत होता है। कुछ नहीं करके मार तो उन्होंने मार खाई है, तो मार खाने के बाद भी उन्होंने काम किया। लोगों के प्रति उनकी भावना तो अच्छी है। इन्होंने ये 60 महीने अभी भी मांग रहे, 60 महीने में करेंगे कि नहीं पता नहीं, लेकिन अभी मांग रहे हमें 60 साल दो, 60 महीने दो। 10 साल दे दिए, कुछ नहीं हुआ। 60 महीने देने के बाद भी नहीं होगा तो क्या करेंगे?
तो केजरीवाल क्या कर देंगे?
केजरीवाल करेंगे। उन्होंने 1 महीने में करके दिखाया। पानी का जो था वो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व किया दिल्ली वालों के लिए। अगर उनका
पर चीजें फिर महंगी हो गई
तो चीजें, उनका राज आएगा तो वो करें। उनको आप करने ही नहीं दोगे तो वो कैसे करेंगे? एटलीस्ट उनको आने तो दो। उनको आप सत्ता में आते ही निकाल देते हो। आप उनको सत्ता में आने नहीं देते। आने से पहले उनका बिल आप पास नहीं होने देते।
अच्छा, तो एंड में ये बताइए, खत्म करते वक्त ये बताइए, आप लोग वोट किसको डालेंगे? चलिए, लग रहा है कि बॉलीवुड काफी हद तक स्प्लिट है। आप लोगों ने वक्त बिताया, वो सारे एडीज बोल रहे हैं कि आप लोगों को फिल्म की शूटिंग में वापस लौटना है। आपने वक्त दिया, इसके लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। Real emotions, real anger, real people. You can never get the same effect inside a studio. We are currently on the sets of Veera, which is where the filming is happening here tonight. There's a Baisakhi shoot taking place. This is a very, very popular serial, and we are here to understand what people on the sets of Veera, what people involved in the film industry and the TV industry feel about the elections. Let's go across and speak to the director of this serial first. सबसे पहले आप ये बताइए कि आपके हिसाब से देश को डायरेक्ट करने के लिए क्या चाहिए और किसमें वो दम है जो देश को डायरेक्ट कर सकते?
मुझे लगता है नरेंद्र मोदी जी को इस बार बागडोर संभालनी चाहिए, क्योंकि उन्होंने जो विकास पिछले कुछ सालों में गुजरात में किया, अगर वही उनको बागडोर दे दी जाए तो अगर वही विकास जो इंडिया में अगर करें वो तो कमाल हो जाएगा, बहुत बढ़िया होगा।
क्या उन्होंने गुजरात में किया जो आपको अच्छा लगा?
गुजरात में हमने जाके देखा है कि गुजरात का काया पलट कर दिया उन्होंने।
क्या काया पलट कर दिया?
एज पर एजुकेशन देख लीजिए, यहाँ आप सड़कें देख लीजिए, वहाँ की जो भी सिस्टम रहते हैं। तो
आप करते हैं वहाँ पे भी शूटिंग?
नहीं की नहीं है, बट बहुत बार गया हूँ मैं वहाँ पर। हाँ जी
सर, आप क्या करते हैं?
आई एम प्रोजेक्ट हेड हियर।
तो आपके हिसाब से इंडिया का प्रोजेक्ट हेड कौन होना चाहिए?
इस बार मिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी को चांस देना चाहिए।
आप भी मोदी के? आप मतलब वीरा का सेट है कि नमो नमो का सेट?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। एक्चुअली कांग्रेस तो पिछले 10 साल से हम देख ही रहे हैं, तो कुछ देखते हैं नरेंद्र मोदी जितना कमिट कर रहे हैं, अगर उसका 50% भी किया तो वी विल बी हैप्पी।
नहीं, पर ऐसा थोड़ी कि उनके पास कोई जादू की छड़ी है कि वो आएंगे और सब।
50% सर, जादू होता तो 100% हो जाता। जादू नहीं है, एटलीस्ट करप्शन तो ना करे ना, जो अभी तक होता आ रहा है।
तो आपको लगता है कि मोदी जो करंट गवर्नमेंट है उससे कम करप्ट होंगे?
उससे कम करप्ट इसलिए होंगे बिकॉज 10 साल में कांग्रेस को जो करना था वो कर लिया उन्होंने। अभी उनको ये है कि 5 साल यार एटलीस्ट स्टार्टिंग में आकर चोरी नहीं करेंगे तो हमारे लिए वही ग्रेस पीरियड हो जाएगा।
ओके, लेट्स ऑल्सो ट्राई एंड गेट अ सेंस टू सम ऑफ द अदर एक्टर्स ऑफ दिस। आप लोग डांस काफी अच्छा करते हैं। कितनी बार आपको रीटेक? न्यूज में तो ये लाइव प्रोग्राम चल रहा है, एक ही शॉट मिलता है, आप लोगों को कितनी बार रीटेक करना पड़ता है?
जैसा कि अभी आपने देखा दैट वी डिडंट इवन हैव वन रीटेक, सो वी आर ब्लेस्ड।
वन टेक एक्टर।
वन टेक एक्टर्स।
ओके, आपसे भी हम जानना चाहते हैं, वहां हमने देखा कि काफी स्ट्रांग मोदी का एक खेमा था। आपके हिसाब से देश को आगे चलाने के लिए कौन कर सकता है?
देखिए, देश का तो पता नहीं है मुझे, तो मेरे प्रीतमपुरा का पता है, और आजकल मेरा पूरा ध्यान मेरे पुत्र को सरपंच बनाने में है, तो मुझे देश का कुछ नहीं पता। जो भी आए अच्छा है, बट हाँ, मेरे पिंड में मेरा पुत्र सरपंच बन जाए, यही मेरी खुशी है। बाकी एमएलए इलेक्शन आएगी ना, उसमें भी मैं अपने पुत्र को भेज दूंगी।
आप इन्हीं को बनाना चाहते हैं? ये विशाल लड़ेगा मोदी?
विशाल, अरे मोदी से नहीं, किसी से नहीं, मतलब एटलीस्ट प्रीतमपुरा में तो अभी ये सरपंच बनेगा।
की आवाज बनूंगा।
नहीं, पर यहाँ पे कोई कांग्रेस का भी सपोर्टर है कि नहीं? हाँ, आप कांग्रेस के सपोर्टर हैं सर। एक सेकंड, तो कोई तो कांग्रेस का सपोर्ट होना चाहिए ना, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि वन वे स्ट्रीट है ये। आप कांग्रेस को क्यों सपोर्ट करते हैं?
बेसिकली
क्या करते क्या है आप?
आई एम अ साउंड रिकॉर्डिस्ट।
साउंड रिकॉर्डिस्ट, यस। तो आपके हिसाब से कौन इंडिया की रिकॉर्डिंग अच्छे से कर सकता है?
हाँ, इंडिया की रिकॉर्डिंग, इंडिया में जितने भी अच्छे से अच्छे साउंड इंजीनियर है बहुत लोग, जो कि यहाँ की।
पॉलिटिकली आप कांग्रेस को क्यों सपोर्ट करते हैं?
बेसिकली कांग्रेस पार्टी एक ऐसी है, इसकी विचारधारा ऐसा जो मतलब सबको साथ में लेके चलने वाली पार्टी है।
नहीं, वो लोग कह रहे थे कि उन्होंने काफी भ्रष्टाचार किया 10 साल।
नहीं सर, बताइए, मेरे को बताइए, भ्रष्टाचार कौन नहीं करता? पूरा देश हमारे यहाँ एक एक नेता, कौन नहीं भ्रष्टाचार? हर एक आदमी, हर एक नेता भ्रष्टाचार है। उस एक मतलब ऐसा कोई नहीं है कि जो भ्रष्टाचार नहीं है। हर एक नेता, क्या मोदी साहब नहीं है, कांग्रेस की पार्टी नहीं है, हर एक आदमी है भ्रष्टाचार।
कहते हैं कि कम होगा, कम से कम।
नहीं सर, ऐसा कुछ नहीं। इस देश में कोई भी आ जाए,
कह रहे हैं कि जो भी आ जाए भ्रष्टाचार तो होगा। ये आप ही के साउंड रिकॉर्डिस्ट पॉइंट रेस कर रहे हैं प्रोजेक्ट हेड साहब।
सर देखते हैं, वो भी यहीं पर ही, हम भी यहीं पर ही हैं। 24 तारीख को इलेक्शन है, 1 महीने बाद सरकार मालूम चल जाएगी किसकी है।
आप लोग जाएंगे वोट देने के?
डेफिनेटली जाएंगे।
हम लोग बॉम्बे में देखते हैं, बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है यहाँ की, कोई जाता ही नहीं है वोट।
नहीं, हमने
छुट्टी मनाने चले
नहीं, हमने ऑलरेडी प्रोग्राम बना रखा है 24 को, मतलब हमारी शूटिंग हो या ना हो, लेकिन हम थोड़ी देर के लिए वक्त निकाल के,
ये नहीं कि सेट लगा के आप बोलोगे सब कॉल टाइम हो गया 8 o'clock।
हम जरूर, शूटिंग होगी तो भी हम वोट देने जरूर जाएंगे, और इस बार हम मोदी जी को ही वोट देंगे।
We are broadcasting live tonight from the sets of a television serial being shot here. They're filming a Baisakhi scene. We went to the sets of Singham to get a sense of who Bollywood thought the real Singham of Indian politics is. But what we're going to do right now is play out an interview I recorded earlier in the day at Janak with India's biggest superstar, Amitabh Bachchan. I'm a big fan myself. Very keen observer of Indian politics, very keen on society. What does Mr. Bachchan feel about your vote 2014? Who does he think is the best candidate to take India into the future? Does he like Modi? Does he like Rahul? What does he think of Kejriwal? And what does he think of everyone blaming the media? Everyone saying that it's the media that's responsible for creating the Modi phenomena. It's the media that's responsible for creating the Kejriwal phenomena. What does the man who understands mass media better than anyone feel about this? And what does he think about us at the Election Express? Here is an exclusive interview with the one and only Amitabh Bachchan.
Election Express is in Mr. Amitabh Bachchan's house, and we've got the superstar with us, who we can see he's not in a booth avatar today. Thank you very much, sir. We're very, very keen on bringing the Election Express to your house, but the roads of Mumbai are so narrow that the Election Express barely made it. But we're great to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
So I want to chat with you about your vote 2014. And the need to encourage people to go out and vote, especially because in Mumbai we've seen people very uninterested, thinking of a long weekend and wanting to get away. How do you think we can change that?
Actually, one of the first things you must do is go and watch the film, Bhootnath Returns, because it really is, there's a statement it makes for everyone to just, go out and vote. And there are many examples and many important and very pertinent views put across by this gentleman called Bhootnath in the film that actually encourages people to go out and vote. And I'm sure that, when we get down to talking a bit more, I can demonstrate to you what exactly he meant when he said in the film that, each vote will count, because if you're not voting, then you're not wanting your voice to be heard. And we do have many sequences in the film which have been kind of perpetrated in a manner where people actually don't want to encourage anyone who doesn't want to go out and vote or doesn't have an ID card or an I card to vote.
But the film also makes the point that there is no good candidate out there, which is why you have to appear as a booth and stand against this notorious builder. Is that the way you see it in real life also? The lack of good candidates, which makes a large part of middle India watching this broadcast feel it's not worth going out?
I'm most unqualified to give any kind of political statement, but as far as the film is concerned, yes, there is a little kid who interacts with the Bhootnath, and because he's the only one that can see him, and he faces a lot of problems because of uncovered work, situations socially, morally. He just says, I wish there is a politician there that is in charge of that area, and they're not happy with him. And they wonder what they can do to, get rid of him or defeat him in some manner. And that's what the booth asks, there must be somebody who can challenge him and fight the next election. And then the kid says, why not you? He asks, why can't there be another good candidate? So there were many who stood up, but some were, bought over, some were bumped off. And he says, you'll be a damn good candidate because nobody can bump you off. And nobody's going to be able to buy you up because they can't see you. And that's how the film then develops into the ghost standing up for this.
But do you see also in real life a situation where more and more good candidates are now coming out and contesting. A lot of people fighting this election would have never thought of fighting 5 years ago. Do you see a larger societal change happen from, say, 10-15 years ago, where mostly it was strongmen who were winning and entering politics?
I think anyone that goes out into the political field goes with this impression that he's a good candidate. It's only, I think, after the voting is put and when the government is formed, and then if there's a non-performance, then they feel, yeah, perhaps this was not a good choice, and they'll have to wait for another 5 years. And this is also very adequately put in another sequence in our film, where the Booth is actually knowing that he's going to be fighting for election. The opposition party in the film wants to meet him and say, you know, why don't you join hands and you can do things together. So he wants to know how the process of election works. And he asks them details, you know, where does the money come from, how do you choose your candidates, and in that there are many revealing facts. So one of the things he says is that, you know, it's like, he's questioned about marketing. He says, what has marketing got to do with electioneering? So the opposition people tell him that, you know, we market something so that people come to know. He says, oh, so it's like selling a product. And if the product isn't good, then you have to wait for 5 years. And then you refurbish the product, or you do away with the product and get a new product, or refurbish it, you know, change the name, change the marketing strategy, so that he can come up again for the next 5 years. It's satirical, the whole film, but it's been put across in a wonderful.
Who do you think does, can we just take a seat? Who do you think is better at marketing, politicians or Bollywood stars?
I don't know. The best people are companies that are in charge of marketing. They do a wonderful job. But I think that it's a phenomenon that has entered into almost all walks of life now.
What does Amitabh Bachchan make of the election that's taking place? This is being called one of the most important elections since 1977. You're a very keen observer of politics. How do you read the situation?
I think that the maximum number of people that will come out to vote will make a difference.
Do you have any personal preferences in this election? Because we did an interview with Amar Singh recently, and he says that the politics of the Bachchan family is very confused. You know, somebody, you were the brand ambassador for Modi, ma'am is with the Samajwadi Party. What is the Bachchan family's political orientation on this election?
May the best man win.
And you've got like one leg in this party, the other that side. I'm non-political, so I will not be able to answer this question. But yes, Jaya is a member of the Raj Sabha, and she likes, you know, being there and taking up issues and talking about them. But, you know, otherwise, you know, it's just an interest to see all your programs and see all the debates. I must say that I do find the debates very interesting. And I find them interesting because there's a lot of knowledge that one can gain, you know, not just from the anchor, but from the people who participate in the debate. And how quick their repartee is. That's something for an actor. I observe it as an actor. You know, the Election Express was very excited about coming and meeting Amitabh Bachchan. Have you been able to watch any of what the Election Express has been doing?
Yes, I have. I've been seeing your wonderful van, and very envious that you have this, and maybe I should go and talk to DC. He was the one actually that designed one of my first vans, and but yes, it's very elegant, and I think it's a lovely idea that you take it out rather than, you know, invite people into a closed atmosphere of the studio. You actually get an opportunity to go and meet the rest of India, you know, where India really matters and belongs to.
It's the studio of India, the real life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the idea is really to give people who won't otherwise have an opportunity to speak, for them to make their voice heard.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I'm sure that you must be getting a lot of different ideas and viewpoints, which maybe perhaps you could not have been able to gather had you just sort of, you know, sat in the studio as an anchor.
Oh, absolutely. It's life-changing because you actually see real people, real issues on the ground, as opposed to having a top-down view. You're speaking bottom-up.
Yeah, there have been very cynical views sometimes towards TV anchors, and I've not necessarily agreed with that, where they said that, you know, you guys sit in, you know, air-conditioned offices and, you know, conduct your news and so on and so forth without knowing ground reality. But I think this is a wonderful idea, and actually disproves some of the cynicism that has entered into many people's minds. You can actually go out, visit a site, be on the spot for any particular decision or viewpoint that you may want to take, and bring it out to the people. And it's immediate because your van is so technologically powerful. And
you spoke, sir, of, thank you so much for saying all these wonderful things. That's very nice of you.
No, I really mean it, because I think that there is often this, this talk and this cynicism and sometimes the criticism, oh, you guys just sit in the studios and do this. But I'm sure that there's a lot of research that goes in, because what you say is believed by so many millions of people, and therefore you have to be absolutely...
And seems to be playing an important role in shaping what happens in the electoral discourse.
It's quite coincidental. Just this afternoon, there were some people, asking about how they feel this election is different. And I told him, television has made the difference. Because television suddenly has brought you an instantaneous kind of reaction. You never had this before. Well, I'm talking about 40, 50 years ago, where you read a statement in the press, which was in black and white print, but you never saw a face behind it. You never saw an expression behind it. You never saw the dress or the color or where they were saying it. But now television is so instant and so immediate. You're able to give a character immediately to the rest of the country what he's saying, and you get an immediate counterpoint. I may say something, you'll pick some words out of this, and you go to somebody else and say, look, he said this, what is your reaction? It is so quick and so immediate that I think it helps really for us, common people, to know what's going on.
As one of the longest standing practitioners of mass media, do you think media can create a political party? Does it amplify a politician, or can it build something? Because things were said about, say, a Modi or a Kejriwal, and I won't take names, but I want to understand from you whether you believe the media can create, or does it only amplify?
I would like to equate this with what happens in our profession. And many in our profession were of the opinion that, if you're good with the media, then your value goes up and, you can be made a star. I don't think that there is any other force other than your own personal talent and the acceptance of the masses that is going to be responsible for your success or for your failure. And therefore, I feel that if the masses will feel the effect of a particular party or a politician, irrespective of, whether the media actually promotes him or not, or promotes her or not, the masses will be the final answer. And that's what we always say. There are many times when critics who review our films, they do not say nice things. They dislike the film. It's absolutely fine because this is their viewpoint. But the film actually goes on to do maximum business. So what is the differing factor there? It's the reaction of the masses. So I would say that yes, in politics it's something similar. I doubt very much if media will profile you. It will, can put out your viewpoint as rapidly as you are. But eventually it's going to be that voting day and how many people come out and vote for you.
We are seeing the number of people coming out and vote as a voting percentage increase in every state election. It's been much more in every state that's gone to polls so far. Do you see cynicism levels go up or come down, sir?
No, I think that if I may use another cliche that I just said, it's terrific marketing now. You drive down a road and you've never seen so many billboards carrying party posters as you have in this election. It's never happened. It's never seen this before. We're a little envious of that because all our banners have been taken up by the politicians, especially when you have a film like Bhutnath Returns on release. And I asked for my producer, I say, hey, we don't see any banners up on the roads. So they've all been taken up by political parties.
You know what Madhusudan Mistry, the Congress candidate, did in Vadodara? He went there, he realized that all the posters have been taken by Modi. He tried to jump up, try and pull one of the billboards down, and he was promptly booked by the cops.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that incident on television, yeah.
Well, Mr. Bachchan, we thank you so much for joining us. I think these peanuts have a very important story.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to go out and vote, otherwise you end up with monkeys. And the last thing anyone wants is monkeys as representatives.
Well, I wouldn't be so harsh, but yes, this is a sequence in our film, and I would urge you to go and see it because there are many nice moments in the film which actually tell people that how important your vote is.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bachchan, for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
If the peanuts don't go out and vote, you end up with monkeys. No one can say it quite like Mr. Bachchan can. That's not what he said, though. I'm just paraphrasing. That was Mr. Bachchan. Really enjoyed that interview. We're on the sets of Veera, and I want to understand from the stars, because we've seen Ajay Devgan, we've seen Mr. Bachchan now. I want to understand from you, as you come towards the end of this long day, What's the message that you want to send out? Because what I'm very concerned about is that very often we see in Bollywood and in Mumbai, लोग छुट्टी मनाने चले जाते हैं, वोट बहुत कम लोग देते हैं.
हाँ, पहली चीज़ तो यही है कि वोटिंग बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. जितनी आपकी वोटिंग है वो मैक्सिमम होगी तो आप अपने आप को ज़्यादा अच्छे से जाहिर कर पाएंगे. मैं सिर्फ इतना कहूँगा कि सरकार कोई भी आए, ये एक बड़ा जेन्युइन सा जनता का एक सेंटिमेंट है जो सामने आ रहा है. किसी के पक्ष में है, किसी के खिलाफ है. मैं किसी के एक के पक्ष में नहीं हूं, लेकिन ये पूरा सत्यानाश जो हो रहा है, ये अलायंस पार्टीज जो आ रही हैं उसकी वजह से हो रहा है. आप वोट कीजिए पूरे अपने इमोशंस को साथ कंट्रोल करते हुए, जो हमारे देश को तरक्की के लिए ज़रूरी है ये देख के कीजिए. आप क्या रिलीजन है, क्या बिजनेस है, ये मत देखिए. हिंदुस्तान कहाँ आगे बढ़ेगा ये देख के कीजिए और सिंगल पार्टी को वोट करके आप जिताइए.
नहीं, पर बहुत सालों से ऐसा हुआ नहीं, उसी वजह से सारे प्रॉब्लम्स भी हो.
उसी की वजह से प्रॉब्लम्स हो रहे हैं क्योंकि पार्टीज अनरियलिस्टिक वादे.
आप किसको सपोर्ट करते हैं?
मैं उस पार्टी को सपोर्ट करता हूं जिसके पास एक अच्छा लीडर है और जो अपने वादों को पूरा कर सके विदाउट एनी कॉम्प्रोमाइज.
आपको कोई नजर आ रहा है ऐसा लीडर जो वादों को पूरा कर सके?
जनता को तो नजर आ रहा है मेरे ख्याल से, और मैं भी चाहता हूं कि एक मौका ऐसी पार्टी को दिया जाए.
घुमा रहे हैं आप गोल गोल गोल.
घुमा तो नहीं रहा हूं, लेकिन हाँ डेफिनेटली हमें एक अब की बार ऐसी पार्टी को भी मौका देना चाहिए जो हमने बीजेपी को खुद थ्रैश किया था. हमारी जनता ने उनको 2004 में बाहर निकाला कह के कि भाई अब आपको हमने देख लिया है. कांग्रेस को हमने 2 बार देख लिया है. अब आई थिंक दिस इज द टाइम टू चेंज थिंग्स एंड इट्स अ टाइम फॉर चेंज.
सो यू आर आल्सो रूटिंग फॉर मोदी?
Not really. I have already told you that I'm waiting for a party which works on whatever it says and without any compromises. अपने वादे.
So each person decides, Dikangna, whom they want to wish, whom they want to vote for. But how do we ensure that more and more young people come out and vote? I think that's one of the big challenges in Mumbai, especially.
I'm gonna say is that this time we have like 12 crores first time voters, and I want to provoke them to vote because you get your driver's license, you say you're legally an adult, you can go out, do whatever you want to, but we actually forget that you're being responsible. मैं जानती हूँ कि 18 साल का होना सिर्फ पार्टी करना या बॉयफ्रेंड बनाना या गर्लफ्रेंड बनाना नहीं है. आपके पास एक बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आ जाती है. वोटिंग अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा राइट है. अगर आप इसे एक फ़न का पार्ट समझते हो कि आज मैंने इसके साथ डिस्कस किया, या मैंने इस बारे में मूवी देखी थी, या कुछ सोचा था और मैंने जाकर वोट कर दिया, या मैंने वोट ही नहीं किया बिकॉज मुझे लगा हॉलीडे था. सो आई थिंक आप सिर्फ अपना ही नहीं, आप पूरे देश का मजाक उड़ा रहे हो.
And that's not good for anyone.
That's not good. That's being bad.
What we want to do right now is play out an interview we recorded earlier today with Maharashtra Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan. We've seen what the Bollywood stars have to say, but the man who leads the Congress into a very tough battle in Maharashtra, what does he say about this so-called Narendra Modi wave? How strong does he feel this wave is, and what does he think about the chances of the Congress-NCP combine in these elections? Here is Maharashtra Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan speaking to the Election Express. Joining us on the Election Express now, Maharashtra Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan. Given the reports that are emerging from the ground, sir, you must be a very concerned man. 25 years of aggregated anti-incumbency, if you add what's happening at the state with national incumbency. Does that portend ill for the Congress? Are you concerned about what 16th May might throw up for you?
No, I think anti-incumbency is the phrase coined by the media. What people vote for is whether the government has been good, has delivered what it promised. Was it could have been bad, but did they handle a crisis? And if there was anti-incumbency was a rule, then we wouldn't have won in 2004 when we had a 5-year government in Maharashtra, or 2009 where UP had 5-year government and we had 10-year government.
But things have changed. Let's move away from the cliches. All the scams, the corruption, the policy paralysis has left the UP at its lowest key ever, sir.
Well, that's the different point. The anti-incumbency is about only time period, about fatigue with the government policies or people. That's not the issue. The issue is about if people perceive that we could have done better, but we did not. And the scams is a fact. Now, we've been trying to explain to people that it is our policies, our RTI, which brought these scams into the open. And whenever anything happened where there's a congressman involved, the party took action against the person. The courts, of course, will take the own time.
That's not true. Ashok Chavan is still contesting on a Congress seat from Nanded, despite the fact
that a report found him guilty, despite the fact that Rahul Gandhi said action should be taken against him. At the end of it, despite what you say, it's cold electoral calculus that has decided who you give tickets to.
But that's a different matter.
How is it a different matter?
No, whether he is giving a position of authority or power.
Sir, you're giving him a position of authority and power by making him a representative of the Congress party. That is the position of power and authority.
That you could differ. The Congress election committee thought otherwise.
Now, what do you think, Mr. Chief Minister?
No, I think we made our views very clear to the Congress committee that what are the possibilities of winning every candidate, all candidates.
No, because I'm on an issue of morality. There is electoral calculus, there is willability, then there is morality. On the issue of morality, for all the things that you've been saying you stand for, do you think it is okay for someone like Ashok Chavan to get the Congress ticket?
Mr. Ashok Chavan was divested of his position as the Chief Minister, and he is facing a court trial. The last word is not there. The many cases, if you look at Mr. Antule, who was the Chief Minister here and was divested of power, fought a very long legal battle and ultimately was exonerated.
So you're using technical legalese. I'm asking you a question on morality. Is it okay for someone who's been indicted by a committee set up by your government, who's been found guilty of omission and commission?
And so he's been tried by CBI. What else do you, how many times will you hang him? He's being tried by CBI. CBI is looking at whatever happened. And he's being tried by
And then Rahul Gandhi says that he wants to give tickets to clean candidates. Then Rahul Gandhi says that the Congress wants to fight a different sort of election, that you want to bring in untainted candidates, and the one with the biggest scar on him in Maharashtra gets a ticket from your party.
No, but that's not the only one. There are a lot of other parties and other people have given local electoral politics. There's a part of democracy there also. The local people have...
Taint is a part of democracy. That's the way you want to see it.
No, I don't. The electability is a issue. In the question of electability...
No, then you bring someone with AK-49, 47, he will go and intimidate the village and the city. He might have even better electability. What does that mean, sir?
Let's not...
No, but that is the logic.
He is facing a court battle, and he may come out, he's very confident to come out cleanly on it.
He's been indicted by your report. Rahul Gandhi is on record saying that action should be taken against him. In the end, you go and give him a ticket, and then you preach morality to everyone else.
It's not that. What Rahul Gandhi said was the cabinet, Maharashtra cabinet had rejected the report. They said we reconsider
that. And that report finds Ashok Chavan guilty. It's that same report. It's a report set up by your government.
But that's why CBI is investigating him. How many more times?
Then how many reports? Why didn't you give the why did you put that report out in the first place? What's the point of that report if you weren't going to act on it?
But the report is been put in the public domain as per the law of the land.
Mr. Chief Minister.
By the law of the land.
For you to act, not to give the same man who's been found guilty a ticket.
As per the law of the land, for a given crime, there can be only one FIR, and which is being done by CBI. CBI is investigating him. How many times do you want?
No, so why is it then the Congress then?
You're talking about giving ticket. That's a different matter. The ticket was given to whoever it was given in the...
No, what is your view? I'm asking you a direct question and you're dodging it.
No, I very clearly told you that I have given my views
of the Congress.
I have given my views to the Congress party in confidence.
Were they different or not?
No, I cannot answer that.
So you're saying by not choosing to answer it, you're indicating that your view could have been different.
Draw any conclusion.
No, but that's the... If otherwise you would say my view is that Ashok Chavan should be given a ticket, in which case you should be able to defend it. You are neither defending it nor are you supporting it.
I am very clearly telling you that every single case, not in one particular case, I have given my views to the party, and it's for the party high command, not one person, but the party election committee to decide.
So I think you've made it fairly clear for anybody. I won't push the point any further.
Put words in my
but
mouth.
I think you've made it fairly clear that you've given a view which may have been different from the view that the election commission is taking. No, then you say that you defend it and you give me an answer about why you defend it.
I told you very clearly, those views are given in confidence. There are competing people.
No, but does this...
I can't publicly say that I'm supporting one person.
Prick a big hole in the balloon that you're trying to float.
No, I
that the Maharashtra Congress stands for good governance. The moment you give Ashok Chavan a ticket, that's the end of the story. I mean, people come to their conclusion just on the basis of that one single act, Mr. Chief Minister.
No, you're taking things too far. You've got a preconceived idea. Let the ban be tried.
Chief Minister, thank you so much for speaking to us on the Election Express. Thank you.
That was Prithviraj Chavan speaking to the Election Express. We're in Mumbai for another night. We'll be live tomorrow from the Islamic Gymkhana at Nariman Point overlooking the Marine Drive. We're looking forward to that show. If you're in Mumbai and you want to join in, please feel free to do so. Thank you all very much to the stars, the directors of Veera for allowing us to come and film on your set. Thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you. Wish you all the best. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow night live on the Election Express.